Hey crushes, we are back. We're a little bit late. Sorry about that. We always strive for excellence, but little technical difficulties, but we are back for tea time. It's episode 16, our first tea time of the summer. So let's go. Don't judge me. Hashtag don't judge me. I think we lost Modi. Like we said, it's anything that's missing. We'll try to put it in the show notes too. So for me, I have to look at the person that is doing the criticism. And I have to look at the place in which they're coming from. If I feel like they're coming for me and not to help me, then I am just going to be like, okay, thank you. I'm not going to try to make it into a big, blowout, but I am not going to try to drag it on or get into something. I'm just going to be like, okay, thanks. Or, okay. I'm not going to, keep going with it further, because if it's something like it's not going to help or benefit, then it's not something that I need to take to heart. And then also I have to look at, do they know anything about what I'm doing? Or do they know, are they an expert? Where did they get this from? Did they get this from some other expert? So I need to look and examine what it is that they're telling me and how is it helping me, benefiting me, where is it coming from? You got to validate it, just like with anything else. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, I was listening to another podcast today, and they were talking about how, people they're not doing anything, right? But they want to comment. We're talking about social media here. They want to comment or question or critique everything that you're doing. But at the same time, they're not doing anything at all. Like, all they're doing is trolling social media. Somebody like that has no value whatsoever. So I wouldn't even waste my time addressing such. Oh, yeah. Mm-mm. Ooh, shade. Yeah, yeah. We lost you a little bit, but I think you were trying to say that, our brand is so authentic. It's us. It's not like we're on there trying to pretend or not, or just saying, like, just trying to throw some posts up. These are what we really feel, our true feelings, what we're really trying to do on a day to day basis. So let's get into this next one. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. So speaking of projects and things that we're trying to do, I know one of our points tonight is failure and how not to get stuck in failure and how to celebrate even when you're in the midst of failure. So, like we could just use tonight as the example. We never want anybody to know on the podcast, where we are or, you know, how we record and all that kind of stuff. As far as we want the sound quality to always be good and we always want to have everything consistent and flowing and all this kind of stuff. But there are going to be times when, things don't go as planned, but we're trying to get it done. We are trying to get it done, and done is always better than perfect because the perfectionist never finishes or follows through on anything. So we could have easily said tonight, oh, service is bad, internet is slow, it's background noise, whatever, finding all the things that we normally would be like, okay, this is not right, da 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 da. But we needed to get this show done. And this is our first tea time in almost 2 months. So there's no way we would have said, oh no, we're not doing this tea time because such and such and such. No, we have to get it done. And this is something, if you, we had a great interview with Jennifer Beerson from Generation PR. And one of the things she said that stuck with me is when you say you're going to do something, you need to do it. And you need to put some respect on your name and your reputation as a brand. So even as a person anyway. But we've already announced that we're having tea time. We announced it yesterday. So to have all this stuff on your social media, yes, you could take it down, you can delete it. But how does that look for your brand? We've already said we're doing it. It's live at 10 o'clock. So it has to get done. And so I think that when it comes to failure and when it comes to even things that start, okay, it looks like a fail. It might be a fail. You have to find the little things in that moment that you were great at. Because that's the only thing that's gonna keep you going. Exactly. I know if a frog was sitting next to that microphone, we better get this episode on. No, jokes. So, yeah, definitely you have to feel the fear and do it anyway. No matter the how great the task looks or the odds against you of it might be a fail or what people are going to think or all this kind of stuff. No, just feel the fear and do it anyway. I don't know. It's been in It's been in a mindset. I think that's kind of like in your mindset from your outside influence from like, preschool. It's just there. It's just, I don't know. And we have to fight against that as a grown people, as adults, to say, I don't care. You have to be comfortable in your you-ness. You have to be confident in your you-ness that, like, I'm dope, and because I'm dope, this is whatever I'm putting out is dope. And brand image, yeah. Self-conscious thing going on. It's true. Um, I totally agree. I think we lost you a little bit. I totally agree, though. Before you can do anything, before you can help someone, before you can share with the world your vision, before you can really, if you are your brand and you're not really selling a product, but you are, like, let's say you're a PR person or whatever, you cannot really authentically do that business if you have not accepted yourself and you have not embraced yourself, because how are you going to give to someone else? How are you going to help somebody else? How are you going to uplift somebody else? How are you going to lead somebody else? So this leads us into, go ahead. Yes, gems. Definitely. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-mm. Yeah, so that takes me into our just talking about a little bit of the brand and the body image, which we call the body party campaign, which is what we're doing right now. And that is really just to promote body acceptance, accepting who you are, love thyself, know thyself, own thy magic, and all those type of things that we those are some of our hashtags that we're trying to promote, just to uplift people, just to meet people where they are and say, all of us have goals to improve our self, business, brand, body, whatever. But just to take a look at where you are and how far you've come instead of how far you have to go, but just accepting like, hey, I'm dope, I'm beautiful, I've come a long way, I've achieved something, I've done something, I'm taking steps in the right direction. So when you see us on Instagram, please follow the hashtag The Body Party. That is our summer campaign. And all of our WCW episodes will be about the body party. Okay, so what is our next topic for tonight? Thank you for voting, crushes. So the question we asked was, do you think it's better to be a master of few or to be average at many? And 83% said master of few, and then 17% said average at many. I'm wondering the average at many. I really wish I had their names or could ask them why they think it's average at many, or just to kind of get their mindset behind that, Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what do you think? What are you going with? Yeah. I think I'm in agreement with you. I think that If you're starting a business and tomorrow you want to be a motivational speaker, so you start that business and you start learning everything about speaking, you start mastering it, getting better at it, all that kind of stuff. For that time, you need to be a master at being a speaker and all that comes along with that. But then let's say next year you want to add something else on. Well, you add a new thing on and you might be average at that. But then time goes on and you can be a master. So I think it's like a one at a time thing, like you were saying, like you're a one day at a time. But what you're currently doing and where you're currently trying to go, you need to master that, and that alone is what I think. Oh, Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. Yes. It's true. It's true. I agree with that. It's something that and I also been seeing that people say that they're reading The Art of War at the beginning of the year. And I think that's a new thing that I might start practicing, like reading a new book. Not a new book, rereading a book that I think is amazing. That's about like mindset and conquering mindset and shifting mindset. I think I might start reading that book at the top of the year because I think that's a good idea. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I feel like, of course, I feel like walking in purpose and passion and all that stuff is definitely a part of this. But oh, sorry, you were cutting out, so I was talking too. Yeah. What were you saying? And then what were you saying? And then I'll say what I'm saying. Yeah. You may. Mm, it's real. It's real. It's real tonight. My baby. Don't say nothing, okay?
Mommy, can I talk?
We are on iHeartRadio. We're on iHeartRadio. We are on Spreaker. We are on Stitcher. We are on SoundCloud. Anywhere, we're on iTunes, of course. Anywhere where you listen to a podcast, you can type in Woman or Crush Wednesday or WCW Podcast, and you will definitely find us because there's nobody else with this name. So, thank you, Crushes, for tuning in and listening to us through the technical difficulties and all of that. If you've been following us, you know that our shows are always crisp and clean and clear. But like we said, this is a live episode, so thank you so much for listening, and we will catch you on a Wednesday.